Hello and welcome to TechZone. It's me, Josh, and I'm going to go through today what the Raspberry Pi is. What I'm going to show you is the basics and the I/O of the Raspberry Pi, and I'm going to start a new series on programming and fun you can have with the Raspberry Pi. So what I've got here is the Raspberry Pi Model B. I know there's a B+, but this is the only one I've got lying around. And straight up, you can see it's really small. It's about a credit card sized computer. What it is, it's a fully fledged ARM processor computer, and I'm going to go over the I/O. So first, what we can see here is some GPIO ports, so you can expand it to go in with some robots and some funness. This one has a camera module right here. You do not, just a quick note, you don't actually get a case on this. It's just the case I bought for it, but they are quite cheap, so I do expect you to go get yourself a case, because if you don't, it is likely to get broken because it's just the motherboard you've got here. On the side you've got a 3.5mm headphone jack, an old display port. You will need an adapter for this. Here is where the light modules is, so it will glow green and all the different colours if you're running the operating system, and red if you're not. The only way you can run the operating system is through an SD card over here, which I've got here is an 8GB or a 4GB, which this one's booted with Raspbian. You can get different ones, so you can turn this into a media PC with a RasBMC and a open source version of XBMC. Next part is you get a HDMI, so you can connect this to any modern TV. On the side you've got a Ethernet port. I don't think this is gigabit. Here we got two USB ports to connecting your mouse and keyboard. But if you're clever enough, you'll be able to enable SSH, which means you can just use a normal computer. So I will teach you in further episodes, but this is just going over the base of the Raspberry Pi. In here we will see that is the motherboard. It's a Samsung ARM processor. You've got 512MB of RAM, and around here is you get the Raspberry Pi indication. One last thing, that's how you charge the port, and it's through a micro USB. Has to be 4 volts or higher. So if I were you, pick one up at the Raspberry Pi store. That's me, Josh, from TechZone, signing out.